Welcome to the YouTube video ads section of Video Ads Academy. This is module 1 and this is an overview of what we're going to be talking about and you're going to be learning in the YouTube video ads section. So the purpose of this video is basically, again, I wanted to give you an overview of what to expect, kind of give you a high level, breakdown of what we're going to be covering. I'll also be, talk about what you will need in order to be able to use everything that I'm going to be showing you. What we're going to be focusing on. There are some things that, we may not necessarily get in depth on when it comes to video ads, as some people may think, because really this is more about generating traffic to your videos within YouTube, and not so much as driving video traffic from like banner ads off to your website that's off of YouTube. This is mainly, ads that are going to be running on YouTube. And I'll kind of break down, each part of it and what I mean by that. And also the processes that we'll be using, that I'll be teaching you, sharing with you, that you'll be able to use as well. So what you will need, obviously you'll need a YouTube channel. Okay, you'll need an AdWords account. If you don't have an AdWords account, you definitely are going to have to sign up for one of those because you're going to have to link that with your YouTube channel in order to run ads via the AdWords for Video platform, which is basically inside of your AdWords account. It's a little separated, but it's within the same account. And I'll show you that later on in the campaign setup modules and how to link that stuff and all of that. And then you'll need a website to link to with the channel that you have. And this is very important. And I'm going to show you why this is important in a moment. But you'll need a website that you're going to have to associate with your YouTube channel. And you only get one per channel. Now, you can develop multiple channels if you like, but you only get one site that you can associate with each channel. And I'll show you more about that, in later training or what have you. So, again, the main focus, is ads next to videos that people are watching. And also we're going to be focusing on ads that target searches on YouTube. So someone is on YouTube, they're searching, they type something in the search box, and your ad can actually show up. When that ad pops up, if someone clicks on it, it takes them to your video. Okay. And another heavy focus of what I'm going to be discussing in this training is what's called associated website links, or associated annotations, or external link annotations. It's a lot of different names that are called, but you'll see this link. You can actually follow that link to get more information. Now, this actual video, the presentation of this video, you'll be able to download this presentation in PDF form, so you don't have to try to write this down. You just download the PDF associated with this particular module, and you'll see the link in there if you want to get further reading on it or whatever. But I'm actually going to show you, all of the steps that you'll need to take to get going. I just want to kind of get the overview out of the way, just so you'll kind of have an idea of what to expect, so you can plan out, how you want to focus on getting your ads and your campaigns up and going. So, like I just talked about, associated website links. Once you have a website associated with your YouTube channel, this will actually pop up where you'll see where it says associated website. And this is one of the key features that will allow you to take advantage of most of the stuff that I'm going to teach you. This is really the difference maker. Where one client in 2013, we were able to do, almost $500,000 in revenue with about 100% ROI. And it's all because of this, not all, but a big part of that was the ability to use this particular feature. And I'll show you more about that as well. So the processes that we're going to be using, there are a couple of different processes that we'll be using. The first one is called video lead gen, or video lead generation, however you want to call it. Basically, that's having a video that drives people to your squeeze pages, if you're running webinars, to your webinar registration pages, if you're selling coaching or consulting or a service, you're a service-based business, or whatever, you can have applications that you want people to fill out. Short form submits, long form submits. And that's just basically a short form submit is just, you probably asking for 3 or 4 pieces of information. Whereas a long form, you may ask for 8 or 9 or what have you. Or you may even be running a survey. There's a lot of different ways to do it. But ultimately, video lead gen, you're generating leads, whether it be, a name and an email, getting them on a webinar, getting them, a session where you can have a conversation with them about your services that you offer, whatever the case may be. Maybe you want to give away some, freebie or a coupon or a discount. I mean, there's so many ways to really use that. But this process is built around driving an ad to a video that's hosted on YouTube, and that video getting them to take action on whatever it is that you're offering to generate that lead. Okay, that's that process. The other process is what I call YouTube video to checkout page. Now this one may not be for everybody, right? But if you're selling something online and you use video to sell, this method will work method will work great. We started out using this method with what's called a video sales letter. And basically what we did was host the video sales letter on YouTube and then buy ads, drive it to that video sales letter. Once we want that person to buy the offer that we have, we use the external link annotations that I showed you earlier, the associated website link, and basically we link out to the checkout page where they can buy. Okay, so that's process number 2, and that's one that we, the $500,000 deal I told you about just a while ago. That was basically the model we were using with that. And I got another client who's doing, a couple $1,000s a day, using this method as well. So very, very powerful. Then we have what's called a video pre-sale. And a video pre-sale is a lot similar to a video lead gen, but a pre-sale may not necessarily mean you have to generate quote unquote a lead. It could be pre-selling them to send them off to something else, like a sales page. Let's say you're selling something and you want to pre-sell them, kind of like what's a landing page. Like if you heard of what's called a pre-sale landing page, this is sort of the same thing, but instead of you buying an ad, sending someone to a landing page that ultimately gets them to go somewhere else, you do it with a video. You get them to the video, and the whole point of the video is to really sell them on why they need to go check out whatever this thing is you're telling them to go do. Now, it could be your own stuff. It can be somebody else's stuff, or whatever the case may be. But, very, very powerful method that you can use. And we're going to, discuss, that process. I'm going to, show you some of these processes later on. But that's basically what a video pre-sale means. I'm pretty sure you got a lot of ideas probably swirling around in your head now about how these processes can actually work for you. And you'll want to kind of jot down, what process you want to kind of start with, so you can be able to map out the way you're going to build out your campaigns. And then the last but not least is building a following. If you want to build a following on YouTube, video ads can definitely help you with that. The only downside to that is, personally, I don't like to spend money without knowing I can make any back. So I don't try to teach people, go spend all of this money to build a following and you don't even have a monetization strategy. I'm working with someone right now. Their goal is to build an online video network, and they're going to host their videos on YouTube. The goal, their monetization strategy, is to sell sponsorships. And they already have an idea of how much they can sell a sponsorship for depending on how many subscribers they have, how many views that they get on their average video, so forth and so on. So what we're able to do is we're able to take that data and back into the number to figure out how much can we pay for a view if a certain number of people actually subscribe. And because they have that monetization strategy in place, now we have benchmark numbers that we know these are the type of number that we need to try to achieve in order to be able to build this following where it's not costing you any money, or it's costing you a little bit of money, or potentially even making you a tad bit of profit. Because the build a following model is a long-term play. It's not really a short-term play. So, I don't really teach, a lot on, I'm going to spend, 20 grand today and I won't make it back till next year. That's really, not something that I really do. I'm really a direct response marketer. So everything you'll see me talking about is really kind of in that vein. However, a build a following model, a brand or what have you does work, except that, I like to work with people where if we're building a brand or a following or what have you, let's try to figure out what is the monetization strategy going forward, because now we have those benchmarks. Now we have accountability. Whereas, you building a brand and you don't have anything to be accountable for, people like to point fingers. And I like to be able to point to the data. I like to be able to point to the facts. Okay. So I won't get heavy into the build a following model, in the process or what have you, but I do want to put it out there that it's definitely something that works under the right circumstances. Okay, enough about that. Let's move on to the next. So type of ads. The type of ads you're going to be doing is three types that we're going to focus on. In-stream ads, and there's also something called a companion banner, and I'll show you a little bit more about that in a sec. And then you have in-display and in-search. And I'm going to show you what each one of those are. So basically, here's an example, of an in-stream ad, during the setup process. Now, we're going to go over like step by step how to set up a campaign. So I'll get more in depth and detail on, on these processes. This is just an overview to give you an idea of kind of what we're going to be working on. So here's an in-stream ad, and you can see what it looks like. And you've probably seen these before. And off to the right of the screen here, you'll see where under advanced settings where you can have your companion banner, in stream, you had a little browse where you can select your file and you can upload. And they got a couple sizes. They got a 300 by 250 and a 300 by 60 that actually, your ad shows, in stream ad is showing, and that banner, companion banner, comes up right along with it. So that's the first type of ad that you can run. The next type is what's called in-display. And in-display is basically, as you can see, the example, during setup off to the right with the yellow border around it, it says, has a little ad in it or whatever. These ads basically show above the recommended videos that they want you to watch. Yours will show at the top, and if someone clicks it, it'll take them to your video. And then the third version is in search. And this is basically people typing into YouTube, some phrase that they're searching for, and your ad pops up above the search results. Okay, very, very powerful, very good way to really, pinpoint, target people. And not a lot of people are bidding on these ads. I mean, I've seen, certain markets where I know a click costs like $15. And we can target them on YouTube for like 30 cents. Same exact search that gets almost the same exact type of conversion because of the intent of the search. So very powerful. Don't sleep on those. And then we have, types of targeting that we're going to cover. Basically, demographics, you have topics and interests, and then there's some advanced targeting features. And I'm going to show you how I really like to set mine up, based on my background of being a display network, guy. I was, really wanted to, back in 2007, 2008, I kind of really got on that early on, and I really learned how to really take advantage of the display network. And now I've been able to take a lot of those skills and apply it to this video, ad stuff. So I'm kind of show you how I've been kind of, tweaking it and kind of attacking this and really getting some great results. And then you can also combine all of the different types of targeting. It's a lot of ways to do it. Again, I'm going to show you a lot of that stuff when we're setting up campaigns. But here's a image of, graphic of, the types of targeting. You can target people watching content. That's going to be your in-display and your in-stream ads. And then target people who are searching is going to be your search. But you'll see like demographics. You can edit it to target a particular gender, a particular age group. You can target, based on the topics of videos that people are watching. You can target based on people's interest. Google has a lot of data on, people's interest, and you can target them based on that. And then as you can see under the advanced options, you can target a particular video placement. You can also use video remarketing, and you'll be able to create those lists, target those people, and then you can also target by keywords. So that's one of the methods that I actually use a lot, content keywords, because I find it's better targeting than topics or interests are pretty decent. Topics don't really do that great, so I'm probably not going to recommend you do a lot of that, because here's what I find with topics. I find a lot of people don't, when they create their YouTube video, they don't put it in the right category. And your category of the person who create the video puts it in a particular category. And that category is how Google determines the topics of the video you're watching. But if it's miscategorized, then the topic, you're not targeting the people you think you're targeting. So that's why I like to use content keywords, because typically people name their videos a certain way. They tag them a certain way, right? They put the description in a certain way, and Google uses all of that information from a content standpoint to find out, what content of this particular video is, and that's what they use your keywords to match up to those type of videos. So that's why I think content is much, much more powerful than topic, and that's why I really like to use it. And again, it really goes in line with my display network, skill set. That I mastered that, years ago, and it's something that I still do very well. And I know quite a bit of people who know me. I've masterminded with and worked with, some high-level people who know that I have those skills. And so I'm able to take all of that and really apply it to this video. And really a lot of that skill set applies here. And I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to show you exactly how you can take advantage of it. And I'm going to teach you this stuff. So anyway, those are your types of targeting. Again, we're going to break down doing the setup, how you can kind of, manage, putting it together, whatnot. And so next up is going to be module 2. I'm going to walk you through configuring your channel, from start to finish, how to put your channel, configure it. So when we're getting ready to run our ads, everything is set up. All right. So that's pretty much it for the overview. Again, the next video is going to be module 2. I'll see you in the next video.